Hey everyone, it's Des, and good morning! Well, almost afternoon. It is kind of like 11:30-ish. Either way, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I have lots to talk about, and I like to do these videos when I'm getting ready. It kind of just, makes this whole buddy friend atmosphere where we can talk and, just like chill out for a little bit and have some, fun time. So much has been happening lately that it's just easier to talk it all out while doing my makeup, It's like a slumber party, only we're not sleeping. Today I am just getting ready to, go out into town. I mean, I get ready every day, for school and all that, but this time going to town is going to be a little bit special because for all my Rick and Morty fans out there, you know that today, October 7th, they are releasing limited quantities of the Szechuan sauce, which if you're not into Rick and Morty, probably is really confusing to you on why it would be exciting to go to McDonald's and get sauce. But just to give you a little bit of information, the Szechuan sauce was a teriyaki sauce released for the movie Mulan at McDonald's as a promotion, a specialty item kind of thing, and they had long since gotten rid of it until on the show Rick and Morty they brought it up saying that it was an amazing sauce and that they were going to keep trying to get McDonald's to re-release the sauce, and what do you know, McDonald's re-released the sauce. Only for today from 2 to 10, and my McDonald's in the town of my college was lucky enough to be picked as one of the chosen few to get the sauce. So me and my friend Austin are going to go to McDonald's and we're gonna get some of that sweet Mulan Szechuan sauce. I am ready to be blown away. I wish that I could let every Rick and Morty fan taste the sauce because I feel like it is a rite of passage at this point in my life, which is sad. It's just McNugget sauce, but it's also not just McNugget sauce. So anyways, that's what I'm generally getting ready for, but I wanted to do a get ready with me because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life and I want to talk about it. So I guess to get started with the getting ready part, instead of just, talking to myself, that my hair's a little bit wild today. I slept with a bun in, and this is what I got, which is okay. I can live with it. I like the wave. I just wish it was more organized. I feel like the way it is now is just kind of bam, poof, everywhere. But I'm gonna work with it. I want to go for a gold look today, a very golden kind of vibe. I have some gold jewelry on, and I usually wear gold when I wear this shirt for some reason. So let's get started. I am going to start off with priming my face. I usually assess the oil levels on my skin, and today I feel a little bit oily, so I'm going to use the NYX Pore Filler. This is kind of a very silicone-y primer, and it kind of fills in all those areas. I mean, it really helps mostly with the oil production on my face, but it doesn't dry out your face, so. Okay, so anyways, just to start with what's been going on in my life lately is that this past week has been test after test after test after test. So I have been super busy and stressed out. I have still one test left and I'm pretty confident about it, but you never know. It could always fall through. I just hope that I get, good grades. That's my main goal for this semester, is to get really good grades. Not like I've never gotten, good grades, but I really want to boost my GPA up. So other than that, school has been a little bit stressful, but that's, just the way the cookie crumbles. An update from last Get Ready With Me. We did meet our roommate, and she is super nice. We get along so well. We make a great team to live together. We all, do our part, and we're super relaxed with each other, which is fantastic compared to last year where we had terrible, terrible roommates and it wasn't a fun time. So anybody that goes to college knows that good roommates are half the battle, because nobody wants to live with some crappy people. The roommate situation has been going definitely better than we expected. Funny story, we had a snapping turtle in our dorm the other day, and that was because she had come upon some teenagers who had removed a baby snapping turtle from its nest, which is very sad, and she knew where the local turtle sanctuary was, so she called them and had the turtle taken there. But while we were whilst holding the turtle in our room, you know, we got to experience that, which is really, you know, you're just looking at this adorable little turtle, which we named, or at least what I named, Shellington III. But now he has been released to the turtle sanctuary and is going to have a much happier life. I mean, like, this turtle was like a baby. Like, it was the size of like a 50-cent piece, and I felt really bad that it got taken away from its little nest. I don't know much about like the life cycle of a turtle, but I can assume that that's too young. So yeah, he's in a much happier place right now. I guess moving on to the main topic I want to talk about today is that some of you may already know, some of you may not know, and this be the first time hearing it, because I did put it on Facebook, but nobody. Okay, so Facebook isn't doing that thing anymore where like they would tell everyone your relationship status, so like as soon as you broke up, everybody would be like, what happened? Apparently that doesn't happen anymore. I had this idea that people were going to see that and be freaked out, and that I would need to make like a whole video addressing it, but either nobody cares or they don't do that anymore. So I just want to talk on here a little bit, since I know a lot of people who watch my channel are friends, family members, and things like that, and you guys are all going to want to know why and, you know, what happened. And that is that me and my boyfriend have broken up, and it was me doing the breaking up, which doesn't make it any better. It wasn't anybody's fault, really. We'd been together for 2.5 years about, and I just started to feel like we were both going down completely different paths, and that's totally fine. People change, and that's one thing about relationships that kind of sucks, but that we all kind of have to deal with. There was like nothing, you know, wrong with him as a person. It was mostly about how I felt about the relationship, and I just kind of slowly, as terrible as it sounds, like slowly fell out of love, because I knew all these differences and things that I didn't want in my life. It was really just essentially that we had two different dreams, and you start to think to yourself after a while, like, can I live my entire rest of my life with this person? And a lot of the time that's a hard question to ask yourself, because nobody usually thinks like, oh, 50 years into the future when you're like old, you know. And as a 20-year-old, I think to myself, oh, well, I got like another 50 years of my life if everything goes as expected, you know, as I plan. But do I really want to spend all those 50 years with this person, even though we're completely different and we don't always get, you know, we don't have the same dreams? And people might say, oh, that's why you work together to make your dreams, and that just wasn't happening in this situation. I have dreams that, like, I want to travel, I'm going to be a teacher, and I'll have my summers off, and I want to, you know, have an enriching experience of life. And not that he didn't want to have an enriching experience, but like, I don't know. I'm not bashing him or anything, but like, he would go to Italy and order McDonald's, kind of thing like that. Like, I want somebody who's gonna join in on the journey and want to have a genuine experience, kind of thing. That's just how I am, and I couldn't envision myself the rest of my life living with a half love, you know, and he doesn't deserve that either. He deserves somebody who's going to wholeheartedly want to do what he wants to do in life. And that goes, you know, said for all people. Like, if you have a dream and you want to focus on, like, find somebody who wants, you know, what you want and can work together with it. I just think that in the end, it was two totally different people, and I wish him the best. It does kind of suck. I feel really bad for him mostly because he did love me so ardently, which is fantastic, you know, that you can find that. But at the same time, it makes it harder on the breakup-er because, you know, he's so genuine. But that's, you know, if I had thought about that day in, day in, day in, day out, you know, like, oh, it's gonna hurt him, like, it wouldn't have helped anything. It really would have just made me miserable. It would have been unfair to him. And, you know, you can't base your whole life just on the decision of if you're going to hurt someone or not. Existence is pain in a way, and we can't change that. So, you know, I'm not gonna live the rest of my life, you know, with this person just because I don't want to hurt them. Everyone gets their heart broken, and it was to the point where it's like, there's nothing else I can do. It's either I'm unhappy or they're unhappy. And in your own life, not to sound like it, you know, you know, a really mean person, but you should always choose you. I mean, if you love your family or your friends or whatever, you know, they always say put them first, and that's fine. But like, when it comes to your love interests, if you're not happy, like, why are you in it? So that's like ultimately what it came down to. I really wish him the best though, because he was a great boyfriend. It was just, you know, we were two completely different people. But I figured I wanted to let you guys know this, because I have featured him on my channel before, and it kind of does make things a little bit awkward that I had just recently put that up, but this was kind of a last minute decision. Like, I didn't think months ago that we would break up or anything. I thought like, oh, you know, we'll be together for a long time, but it didn't turn out that way. Once I had realized, you know, that we were living two different lives, that, you know, the thrill kind of went away, and it ended shortly after that. So I'm still gonna keep the video up because I don't believe in denying the past. I think that our past are something that no, we can't change, but we should always look back to them just to see how far we've come as a person. So I will not be taking that video down, even though we are broken up. I think that that would just be wrong. So that is going to remain on my channel. And yeah, he took the breakup considerably well. I mean, I had an idea in my head what was going to happen, and this was not nearly as bad as what was in my head. I always try and think of like the worst, because that way you can only be surprised. Like, if it's anything better than the worst, you're like, oh yeah, this went great. I did call him. I don't believe in texting people like to break up. I did once when I was in middle school, and I would never do it again because it really sucked. And we've been together for 2.5 years, so I'm like, he deserves more than like a text. So I called him and we talked about it, and I hope that we can be friends at some point. I don't believe that people can be friends right away. It's just, you know, it hurts too much in that aspect, and it's not realistic. So, moving on to my eyes, I'm going to be using the Stila Magnificent Metals in Kitten Karma. I highly suggest these if you want just like a one product look for your eyes. This stuff is so glittery, and I love it. Like, this goes on like butter. I will show you. You just literally, I just put it all over my eyes. So like, look at all that. I love it. It's just like liquid freaking gold. And you just put it all over your lid. So it's like a really simple product, because you don't have to worry about anything really. And then I put a little bit like under the hood of my eye because I have hooded eyes. And then I just like buff it out with my finger to blend it. And it seems to work really well. But anyways, yeah, he took it a little bit better than I thought he would, which is good. I hope, you know, that he has a quick healing process. It always sucks to get broken up with, but I think in the long run he'll be happier to find somebody who, you know, is totally 100% with him and wants his dreams in life. Look at that. I love this stuff so much. Like, it's so easy to use. I want to get like 10 more of these. But yeah, so that's pretty much, you know, what's been going on in that part of my life. Do you guys want to hear like an embarrassing story? Well, I mean, of course you want to hear an embarrassing story. Who doesn't love embarrassing stories about other people? Like, I think everyone enjoys a good embarrassing story. Okay, so as you may know from my last video, I had a monthly favorite that is my Loki action figure from the new Thor Ragnarok movie, and I am not gonna lie, I am a little bit obsessed with Tom Hiddleston and Loki's character in general, as you may have been able to tell. And I don't know why, I was on the phone with my mom coming up the elevator to the 4th floor where I live. And there's a TV in the lobby where the elevator opens up and there's like a couch. Well, I'm on the phone with my mom and it's late at night. The door's open and on the TV is just big old picture of Loki in the Avengers when he's in like the prison cell kind of thing, but it's really like really futuristic holding chamber. And I just freeze with mouth ajar, fully ajar, like, oh my gosh. Like, this is what I needed at that moment, was like, hello, handsome. And I'm standing there with my mouth ajar for a good 5 seconds, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, like totally unaware that there was a guy sitting on the couch looking directly at me, like, to which I finally noticed, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a Loki obsession, and I just like ran to the door and like closed it behind me to our wing, and I was like, why are you like this? Desi, why are you like this? I don't know why, I was just so awkward about it. Like, I did not see him there. Probably thinks I'm a weirdo now, and I've seen him multiple times in the hallways. And I think he looks at me every time like, there's that girl, that weirdo. I don't know why, that was what I thought was good at the time to say, and it just made me look like wacko. But besides embarrassing stories, life has been pretty good. I feel very liberated, and I feel like I'm getting back to the real me. I feel like anytime anyone's in a relationship, I feel like you kind of lose a part of you because you become part of the team. And I don't know, I just feel now like I'm back to being my true self, and it feels great. So I've been, you know, getting out a lot, I've been going, you know, and hanging out with my friends. I've been focusing immensely on my studies, and it has paid off so much. And what's even more exciting is that now I am planning a trip to Ireland for the summer of 2019. The opportunity arose here at my school, and to me 2019 was like the perfect timing. Like, that's plenty of years to raise the money, because anybody who's been to Europe for a school trip knows that it generally costs about $4,000, and that's a lot of money to make up. So you definitely need a lot of time. So I'm like, that's plenty of time, you know, for me to get that money and to go to Ireland. I've always wanted to go to Ireland and England, so that will cross one of the things off my list. So that to me is extremely, extremely exciting. Travel has always been my goal, and I would ultimately like to live in the UK or Ireland, but I am unsure. I consider this like kind of window shopping for my future in a way. This is the new Bite Agave lip balm, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm a little conflicted about this. Like, this is like $18 and it's not my favorite lip balm. Like, it's very waxy and solid, and that's fine, but like I like a little more liquidy, like where you can rub your lips together and you know they're moisturized. This is kind of like really stiff. It smells good. It smells like cake batter, but aside from that, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the $18. I like it, but I don't know if it's worth it. Just saying. Just saying. It's expensive for a lip balm. Then I think I'm going to use my Tarte Lip Quench in Cherry over that. This is just kind of like a little touch of color, because I don't want to do too much that my eyes are like bam. I don't want to go full glam. Who am I kidding? I'm always full glam. There we go. And this is the completed look. I feel like I am ready to get me some of that Szechuan McNugget sauce. And that is all that currently matters. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know all of that stuff going on in my life. And thank you guys so much for watching and getting ready with me today. Pray that I can get some of that McNugget sauce, because I'll be so disappointed if I don't. I'm going extra early to get in line for it, so here's to hoping. I will see you guys later this week. Stay stellar. Bye.